girl from the Undercity, Vi, from my Kate Vi fans, they're toxic and abusive. And let it go.
Oh, that's not.
Like they're like in a toxic.
In the sense that.
Yes, because Caitlyn is from Piltover, this city that is like so great in technological advancement and like not solar punk, kind of steampunk and like magic, and then the Undercity, the literal belly of Piltover. Essentially, it's like how I best describe this. It's Manhattan and then Harlem. That's the relationship. And Caitlyn is a cop. 1, 2. Vi's parents were killed by cops.
Word. Oh my god.
3. The man who adopts her is kind of like her uncle, her like godfather, who started this war with Piltover because him and their other godfather wanted independence. Because the way the Undercity, the nation of Zon, essentially they run independently of Piltover. So they were like, we don't want to be under y'all's thumb anymore. The war goes horribly wrong. Their parents get killed, and their godfather's like, we can't win. We can't win. So he adopts them. Anyway, this is all a long triad to get to Vi, who, even though despite being is also voiced by Haley Steinfeld, funny enough, despite being
white women propaganda.
Steal a fry, by the way.
Right, go ahead. Y'all can get into it.
Yeah. I'm gonna use some of this barbecue sauce.
I know that's right.
I know when they changed the barbecue sauce. My autism just go like
they did, but I didn't know that actually.
They did. I remember this.
I believe.
Has the Wendy's fries changed? Sorry, not to cut you off. You should continue.
I bet.
So Haley Steinfeld voices the main.
Yeah, the main character Vi.
White women.
So like, how many lesbian relationships are in Arcane? I don't mind Arcane spoilers.
One?
Why is everyone going crazy about like one? I thought the way that it was hyped up on TikTok, I thought there were like 5.
No, there was one. There was yes. They could have been polyamorous bisexuals.
I hate polyamorous people.
Oh my god! Wait, what? Why?
Deepti's anti-woke.
Hot take, I guess. Fuck me.
Sorry, can I clarify?
Yeah, you might as well, because I'm not fucking with it. I'm not fucking with it.
I'm distrustful of polyamorous men.
No, that's real.
Okay, that's better than what you said. That's better than what you said.
All people, not all. Sorry. No, because Jace, that greedy fuck, he could have had it all. He could have had his twink and his beautiful black woman, but his greed prevented him.
It's avarice. The kind of greed you only see in the Bible.
But back to Vi, right? Vi, the way Vi is treated as a character, honestly, you look, you think she's a black star.
Back again.
The way she is treated and the narrative is so fucking diabolical, and that is because
white lesbians forget like where lesbianism was.
You low-key be thinking the way this poor girl goes through it, because Vi, it was incarcerated as a child. She was incarcerated at 15. So she was incarcerated at 15 for a crime she didn't commit. And because this is Piltover, they got a maximum security prison. Essentially, her ass was sent to like Alcatraz at 15 years old. Her adopted father killed. Her little sister possibly killed their adopted family. Wild shit. So she's literally in jail for 7 years. Like 7, 8 fucking years in jail. Her little sister adopted by the kingpin drug dealer, Al Capone, essentially, who was their other godfather, who was a bad man because he was pissed off with the good godfather who was like, after the war, just like, I just want peace. I don't want to see any more orphans. I don't want to make any more children orphans. And he's like, you fucking pussy. Who gives a shit? If the children die, they die at least with freedom. And he's like, no, they're dead. Very interesting ideologies, actually, to politically examine. And I will say, unfortunately, Arcane fucks itself over because then it remembers this is supposed to be based on the Riot games, and like they completely forget, oh right, we have like the whole of Runeterra, the continent that the city is on, or country possibly, to cover. So season 2 goes off the rails into the magic and the lore and the world building, like dimension traveling happens. So They go crazy about it. They go stupid.
I mean, there was this other show on Netflix that's also going to have a second season. It's called Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Yes, I've heard of that one.
It has kind of cringe politics in some situations, but the animation's pretty good.
Unfortunately, with Arcane, they do drop the ball with its politics in favor of the world building in season 2, which really sucks because season 1, the politics are actually so integral to understanding each character. Like, Vi's character doesn't work unless you understand intimately. Like, and to start off, what leads to her arrest is Vi plans to rob this rich guy with her friends. They gonna do some hood rat shit.
Yeah.
Because they're like, man, fuck Piltover, they owe us.
Clock it.
However, they don't realize they're robbing a mad scientist. That's Jace. His greed will be his undoing. It will come in, and you should hear this too. So, then what happens is the apartment building they robbed blows up. They don't realize this.
Oh.
Well, they realize the building's fucking crumbling.
And it's
like,
girl, we gotta leave. The elevator go home.
Trying to plan a heist, right?
Yeah, because because the little sister, Powder, who becomes Jinx later on, steals these magic crystals that like are incredibly dangerous, essentially. And so because they bounce off like the walls or something too quickly, they become explosives, and then explode the whole apartment building.
Ooh.
And people die.
Crazy. Rich people, do we give a lot of, like, should we be giving a lot of should we care?
I mean, the cops are concerned. I mean, the cops are on their ass.
Black again. Once he goes black, he'll be back
here,
again.
hoodlums.
Once he goes black, he'll be back again.
Like,
Once he goes black, he'll be back again.
Damn.
So then the shit they stole, they were going to make, they got their haul. They lost because one of the kids in the group decides to run his fucking mouth. And so the rival gang members are like, y'all got some good shit. Let's get some. And Vi's like, next time you open your stupid ass mouth, I'm going to clock it for you. I'm going to set your jaw straight. And the only way you're going to be able to eat is through a fucking straw in the next 6 months.
T.
Vi is not having it. And Vander, who is the godfather who adopts them, Vander is not the greatest parent sometimes. But you see where he's coming from because he unfortunately lays way too much pressure on Vi. He's like, you are the leader of that. If you say jump, they'll say how high. If you said light a fire, they will show up with gasoline. You cannot do stupid shit like this. It puts people's lives on the line. Mm-hmm. And yes, we can hold space for the fact that she's only 15. He's being way too harsh for her. But I also think that critique comes from a lack of understanding the kind of world they are living in. Vander literally led a war against Piltover. He watched their parents die. Yeah. He is the reason why they are orphans, and he is caring for them. He understands that political rage that has nowhere to go at a young age, but then the consequences. And he does not want, essentially, his daughter repeating his mistakes. So I also feel like sometimes that critique of he was way too harsh on her, on trying to set these imposing, unrealistic expectations on the eldest daughter, do fall flat in a little bit of, but this is also a world where children are killed by the cops. So y'all maybe are just not getting it because you didn't have to have those conversations with your parents, of your parents being like, listen, you can't do shit in front of the police. If they tell you, just do what the police tell you to do. I'm sure a few of you would not understand that conversation, regardless. So, then the enforcer, essentially the sheriff of the town of Piltover come in, and she's like, Vander, who the fuck did this nonsense? You know I gotta arrest someone. The council is up in arms. And the council is the governing body of this town. Yeah. All these rich aristocratic families. They believe in democracy.
Faggots.
That's the liberal democracy.
Faggots.
Those are the Democrats.
Yes.
Demofaggots.
So they're like, oh my gosh. And so they get on the scientist guy, Jace's ass, and they're like, how could you have such dangerous technology in your apartment? We're going to expel you from the academy. And it's like, you can either get expelled from the academy, lose your scholarship, and denounce magic, or you get banished from the town. If you ever set foot in this town again, we will shoot you on sight. Mm-hmm. Death, or your entire reputation and your life's work ruined. Jace is like, I choose to be banished because fuck you all. I was trying to make magic through science. And Piltover's like,